Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving straight into the Immortal Realm economy today, specifically mastering the auction house. Because let's face it, we've all got loot to sell and gold to spend. I'm your resident auction veteran.
And I'm the player who usually just tosses everything on a vendor because, honestly, the auction system kind of terrifies me.
Well, we're gonna fix that today for sure, because the auction house actually solves a very specific design problem. What's a fair price for an item that is rare, distinctive, or just has a massive variance in how buyers value it? Vendors are great for regular goods, but auctions? They are your go-to for rare goods where price discovery just works way better than guessing. Both tools exist for a reason. You just need to know when to use which.
Right? And that's exactly my issue. Say I craft this literally one-of-a-kind runic sword, or maybe I pull a completely unique drop from a boss. I have absolutely zero idea what it's worth. If I throw it on my vendor for 10 grand, somebody buys it in 2 seconds and I've totally ripped myself off. But if I slap a 2 million gold price tag on it, it just sits there gathering dust forever.
Exactly. Hit the nail on the head. And that right there is the exact problem the auction house is built to solve. Vendors are fantastic for your standard stuff. Iron ingots, normal reagents, fixed prices. But for those rare items, you gotta stop guessing. The auction house gives you what we call price discovery. You're basically letting public competitive bidding figure out the true market price for you.
So if you're ever sitting there scratching your head wondering if an item belongs on a vendor or the auction block, just remember one golden number, 50,000. If that item is worth 50,000 gold pieces or more, it almost always belongs in an auction. For those high-ticket items, finding that true price is absolutely worth the wait.
Okay, so 50K and up goes to auction? Got it. What about the cheaper stuff? Honestly, anything around 5,000 gold or less, just vendor it. The overhead and time it takes to set up an auction just isn't worth it for the smaller stuff. Now, anything sitting right in that middle zone between 5 and 50,000, that's entirely your judgment call. If you think there's a wide variance in how much people might want it, auction it. If it's a pretty standard item with a standard going rate, just stick it on a vendor.
So what exactly makes up that top tier, gotta auction this category? Oh, we're talking the really good stuff. Rare, runa-crafted gear that rolled those perfect property combinations. Unique drops from named monsters or major boss encounters. Power scrolls are a big one, especially those Feluca exclusive scrolls that push a skill past 100. Houses or house deeds in really desirable plots, those always do amazing. Also, any time-sensitive listings you just want to clear out fast with maximum public visibility. And of course, vanity items, like rare hues or retired event drops. Basically anything collectors are going to fight over.
All right, moving into the execution phase, how to actually list and how to bid. Setting up a listing is super straightforward. You can either walk right up to the auctioneer NPC over by the Britain Bank, or just type the bracket auction command anywhere in-game. You drop the item in, specify your minimum bid, throw in a buyout price if you want one, and pick your duration, usually 24, 48, or 72 hours.
Wait, is there a fee to actually post it?
Yeah, a small one. And it scales to whatever you set as the minimum bid. It's actually a great little system because it stops people from spamming the board with joke listings. Once you confirm it, your item goes straight to the /auctions board and sits totally secure in escrow. If it sells, you get your gold. If it doesn't, you get the item back safely, though you do lose that initial listing fee. Now, on the flip side, for buyers, you can browse all the active listings on the web dashboard at /auctions or in-game using the bracket auction house command. You can read the full stat readout, see who the seller is, check the current high bid, and see exactly how much time is left. You just place a bid that beats the minimum increment, and here's the absolute best part, your gold goes directly into escrow.
Oh, nice. So if I get outbid by somebody, I don't have to chase anyone down to get my money back?
Exactly right. Outbid? Boom. Gold is instantly returned to you. You can even bid on a bunch of different auctions at the same time, as long as the total gold in escrow doesn't exceed what's sitting in your bank.
Okay, but I always see minimum bid on these listings. Is that just, the price I'm hoping to get? Careful there. The minimum bid is the absolute floor. It's the lowest amount you will accept. As a seller, please do not set this too high. If you set your minimum higher than what the market thinks is fair, you're literally going to get 0 bids. It's almost always better to start a little low and let the competition naturally pull the price up.
And right next to that, you've got the buyout price. Totally optional. As a seller, if you just want a quick resolution and you have a fair target in mind, you set that buyout slightly above your estimated fair value. If you want maximum revenue, set it super high or just leave it off and let the bids build. Makes sense. And as a buyer, if I see an item I just absolutely have to have, or the bidding is getting close to that number anyway, I just pay that buyout and boom, it's over instantly. You pay the premium, but you get to completely skip the wait and avoid a bidding war altogether. The item is just yours.
Okay, but what about snipers? There is nothing worse than thinking you've won an auction only to have someone steal it away with literally 1 second left on the clock. Ah, don't worry. Immortal Realm has a genuinely brilliant counter to that called the anti-snipe system. If a bid lands in the final few minutes of an auction, the timer automatically extends slightly so other bidders have a chance to respond. It means you absolutely cannot reliably steal a win at the last second. The whole thing is decided by who is actually willing to pay the most, guaranteeing a fair fight. Just make sure you budget your time, knowing the auction might run slightly past the official end time.
Okay, let's move on to the real mastery, strategies and traps for the auction house.
All right, let's open up the seller's playbook. First up, time your listings to end during peak shard hours. That final bid window is absolutely crucial for visibility. Second, like we said, set that minimum bid honestly. Starting low is way better than starting too high and getting crickets. Third, use your buyout strategically. If you genuinely have no idea what an item is worth, just leave the buyout off entirely and let it ride. Oh, and write a clear, detailed description. Buyers actually read those. Finally, the biggest trap. If an item doesn't sell, do not just instantly relist it. The market said no. Wait a few days, maybe tweak the price, and try again later.
Good stuff. Now what about the buyer side? How do I keep myself from completely going broke when I get caught up chasing a rare drop? Rule number 1, and this is a big one. Set a max budget in your head before you ever place a bid and stick to it. Auction fever is real. Don't exceed your budget. Second, bid your true max once, right near the end. A small initial bid early on is fine, but chasing every tiny increment upward for 3 days is just going to drive you crazy. Third, remember that snipe extension we talked about. Budget a little extra time for the auction to run long. Fourth, always compare the item against fixed price vendors at Slash Market first. Sometimes auction bidding wars actually overshoot what you could just buy it for on a vendor. And lastly, cross-check the seller's reputation in-game. A known, long-time crafter? Totally solid. A brand new account selling a god-tier weapon? Maybe just a slight red flag worth double-checking.
So, bringing it all together, vendors are your fixed-price, indefinite duration shops, perfect for bulk and standard items. You just walk up and buy.
Right, and auctions are your bid discovery engine. They run 24 to 72 hours. They are built specifically for rare, high-variance items where you bid, wait, and, well, possibly lose.
Exactly. Vendors live at Slash Market, auctions live at Slash Auctions. The Immortal Realm economy is amazing because both systems coexist beautifully. You just have to use the right tool for the goods you're moving.
And with that, you are officially armed with the mechanics and the insider strategies to absolutely crush it as both a buyer and a seller.
So, the only question left for you is, what rare item are you going to hunt for or list next?
Go check those bank boxes, hit the auction boards, and happy bidding.